And I don't know.
Kamala Harris, do you trust her to stop the invasion?
You say yes, you're goofy.
States from Pennsylvania to Wisconsin are being overwhelmed through.
Come on, guys. Come on.
2 programs she created to.
They told y'all the numbers. And y'all still vote Kamala? I mean, but then again, though, the Trump derangement syndrome. You feel me? You feel me? Like, I'm weak as hell.
It damn near makes you ignore the truth at a certain point. That's like, dangerous.
Low key. But, you know, we do just need to do a Trump debunking. Like, all the things y'all believe about Trump, we just need to just go ahead and look into and debunk them.
You might as well, bro.
Because y'all just have too many lies and y'all create up new lies. Like, the Epstein lie I thought was the most egregious because I was just like, bro, there's so many celebrities that was next to Epstein. Why don't you pull their chain? Oh, he was on video with Epstein. A lot of people are on video with Epstein. That's why we're looking for the flight logs because those officially show who was engaging in Epstein's services. They're like, damn, guys, have some patience.
Just like yours.
Even to that point, though, Epstein was a socialite. That was his job to befriend these entertainers, these politicians, and these celebrities. Like, if you were on those flight logs, like, unless you went to the island, like, how incriminating is that?
Bro, Epstein knows the man that owns Columbus, pretty much.
Bro, Lex Wexner.
Bro, Bath and Body Works.
Bro, Lex Wexner, in fact, to that point, said Lex Wexner had him managing his billion-dollar funds.
Like, yeah.
With little to no experience. This man was a high school math teacher.
Yeah. So you're telling me, like, y'all don't want to, y'all doing too much research into Trump and y'all ignoring the real names that y'all need to be looking into. Because Trump, no, it's not him. He's not it. Sadly, I know y'all want it to be him, but it's not.
Shout out Lex Wexner. Don't take this stream down.
Yeah, but there's some other names you need to look in that black book and do a deep dive in and try to make those connections. Because Trump ain't never really did no business with Epstein besides being in a photo and a video around other celebrities and socialites, which is wild. But
it's like he was in a photo with Diddy. Did you think he was at them freak offs? Come on, y'all. Right, use your head.
First, she created a program to fly in migrants from Venezuela, Haiti, and Nicaragua, dumping them into cities and towns all throughout America, right? You know that, right? Remember when she was saying, no, we're thinking, you know, they got a little...
And shout out to Kathleen Irish. Sorry, Kathleen Irish. Appreciate you for the super sticker. We appreciate that. Oh, cute.
Tougher about 3 months ago on the border, a little bit. But they never stopped the flights because they didn't think. But we caught them about 2 months ago, flying in hundreds of thousands of people over the border. They didn't think we'd catch them. Can you believe it? In addition, she's allowing virtually unlimited numbers of migrants to enter and be released at the press of a button through her phone app for illegal immigrants. They have a phone app so that people can come into our country. These are smart immigrants, I guess, because most people don't have any idea what the hell a phone app is. But they do. These are very intelligent immigrants. But you know who they're really meant for? The cartel people. The people that run the cartels. They can use them brilliantly. They're making billions of dollars. Among the most successful people in the world. This is why I get shot at so much. I mean, if you think about it. Only a consequential president gets shot at.
Appreciate that.
Okay? Remember that.
That is true. What was it? Reagan that got shot at. He was pretty important. Kennedy got shot at. He was about to do some groundbreaking things for America. And now Trump got shot at because he don't want to fuel the military-industrial complex.
I ain't gonna lie, as crazy as it sounds, good company.
Yeah, man. Hey, on God.
They're only trying to shoot you when you got something crazy to say or when
they're only trying
to hide or suppress something.
I feel like they're only trying to shoot you when you're getting in the way of something that they want to keep going. That may be bad for America. So they're like, well, we can't just stop them and say that, we stopped because we want to further our agenda.
Right.
But we can't just take him out and stop for what he's doing.
We got to get this man up out of here.
God, bro. Wait. He don't want our war with Iran? He don't want war with Russia?
Gone.
Nope.
In less than 4 years, she relocated almost 5% of the entire population of Haiti to the United States. And the rest are coming in rapidly as they can, as fast as they can come out. And 6% of the populations of Honduras and Nicaragua. And remember this, those governments, they send the people that want to send. And those are the people we're getting. These countries are so dangerous that the U.S. State Department has travel advisories warning Americans not to go there. Yet Kamala is resettling all of those people here, anybody that wants to come. So we have travel warnings, don't go here, don't go there, don't go to the various countries, and yet she's taken in the worst of those people, the killers, the jailbirds, all of the worst of the people, she's taken them in. And then I have to sit there and listen to her bullshit last night.
Whoa.
Hey, my nigga, man, I'm sorry, but that's my president, bro. That's my president. I ain't even gonna lie.
Trump
Like,
off the hip with it.
Yeah, he came off the hip with that one. He's like, boy, that bullshit.
He said, I gotta listen to that ba ba booey.
Like, man, that ba booey bullshit she was spitting last night, man. Oh my, bro, you know everybody's talking about her last little interview where that lady pushed back on her. Oh my goodness! And when all she had to say was, like, all right, so what are you gonna do to get the Senate? You know you got to work with the Senate, right, to get some of these things passed, like your tax codes and all that, right?
No, it was really what she said about enforcing the taxes.
Yeah.
Like, oh, we're just gonna have to. They're gonna have to. I'm just like, yo, what type of totalitarian, tyrannical, autocrat, bruh? I'm just like, is anybody hearing this? And y'all say Trump is gonna be a dictator. She said, nah, I ain't gonna lie, don't worry about that. I'm gonna make them. They gonna have to. I'm just like, yo,
like, whoa,
whose president is this?
And who puts it on? Fox News, and they shouldn't be allowed to put it on. It's all lies. It's all lies. Everything she said is a lie.
Just go off on this man for like.
But it all stops the moment I raise my hand and take the oath of office as your 47th President of the United States. It all stops. Thank you very much. Not far from where we are today in a small, very beautiful town of 15,000, Whitewater. Do you know Whitewater? Right up.
And shout out to Professor Swag and Muffin. Thanks for not banning me and allowing me to
allowing dissenting people. Yeah, bro. That's what it's all
people.
about. That's what it's all about, bro. You ain't always gotta agree, man. Like, you ain't said nothing too outlandish, bro. It's only a difference of opinion, and if anything, that adds to the chat, that adds to the stream.
Oh God, and it's fun. It's fun. Yeah, oh God, it keeps it interesting.
And shout out Les Phillips. Hello, friends. I have arrived. LOL. Hope y'all are having a great night so far. Oh man, appreciate you chiming in, Les. We just getting started, bro. Happy to have you in here. You too, Swagger Muffin. Appreciate you, bro.
Kamala
Call
has
in next time,
flooded the town with an estimated 2,000 migrants from Venezuela and Nicaragua.
Man,
very tough ones. Some very tough people in that group. I know because I get the info. Housing costs have now soared by 25% because the government's buying houses for them. Diseases are spreading like wildfire, all sorts of disease. The police say they cannot handle the surge in crime. The schools can't teach.
You know, that's crazy. Governor DeWine did say that, yeah, the main problem with these immigrants is getting immunization. It's like trying to get them immune to what's over here and also whatever sicknesses they are bringing over here as well.
Yeah, great point. Because just to be honest, yeah, we, as much as y'all might hate this, we don't know. They lack proper immunization records. They lack proper documentation. We don't know their background or history on, you know, what diseases they may or may not have had or been exposed to. So when they come over here, it does create a litany of issues for Americans who have been immunized since like what, 2, 3 we get our shots, bro.
Yeah, like man, and shout out Michelle Glass. And
keep up the great job and keep telling the truth, like our mothers and grandmothers would say. Appreciate that, Michelle.
Oh God,
thank you for tuning in with us.
Oh God, shout out to Grandma and Grandpa.
And they're taking over the schools. And the town itself has plunged heavily into debt.
For my Appalachian folks.
Town's in big trouble. In Springfield, Ohio, 32,000 migrants from Haiti and other countries descended upon this idyllic town of 50,000 people. How idyllic to have 50,000 people, and now all of a sudden, a short time later, you have 32,000 more. They don't speak the language. They don't have the culture, different culture, whole different culture. Everything's different. But yet 50,000 people with no crime, no problems, only happiness, love. Not anymore. The mayor is a very nice man. I don't know him, but he's a very nice man. And he doesn't want to really talk about it, but he's got to talk about it. He wants to be politically correct, so rather than...
Bro, the mayor and the city manager of Springfield got property they got property value they're trying to defend right now. Also, they're giving the immigrants money to pay more on rent so they can raise their rent prices. There's incentives. Like I always keep saying, man, somebody check that man's bank account. I don't trust him.
Than saying what he should be saying, which is, you're all leaving, you're not coming in, we're not going to take you, we're not going to allow this to happen to our town. Instead of that, he was on television the other day. He said, no, we're trying very hard to get along with everyone. We're looking for interpreters because nobody speaks English. And I believe he actually intends on keeping the people in the town. The town is ruined. It's destroyed. I mean, I am politically correct, but not when it's this important. Your towns, your cities, your country is being destroyed. This is bigger than inflation, which is killing you.
And quick shout out, got another 99 cents from Bruce Wang. His first super chat on the live too, so we appreciate the honor here at Second Key Media. Man, ain't had too much to say, just wanted to show some support.
You honor us. Appreciate that, Wang.
All caused by Biden and Harris with their stupid energy policy and all of their spending on the Green New Scam. Billions and trillions on the Green New Scam. On garbage that doesn't do it, that actually brings our country back. They don't think about nuclear missiles from different countries. And by the way, they can't handle them anyway. You'll end up in World War III. But they think about global warming, which is now called climate change, because global warming doesn't work anymore, because it's actually cooling. It worked for a few seasons, but now it's not working. So climate change, a much better term because that covers everything. Warming, cooling, rain, sun, it covers everything. Trillions and trillions of dollars they waste. You know, they want to go to 93 trillion. That's more money than every country in the planet has, and destroyed. Germany went that way for 1 year, and now they're building coal plants all over the place. You know why? Because they were getting destroyed. That's why Angela Merkel is no longer there. Already everybody is talking about leaving the different towns that we're talking about. The majority of the school cannot speak English. In Ohio, Springfield, they can't speak English. They're taking over the schools. There's nobody that can speak English. And the mayor's looking for interpreters. Isn't that wonderful? How can this happen? How can...
I remember during the Springfield City meeting, they was hopping on that guy's ass like, oh, we should get them translators and all that. I'm like, dog, then we're supplicating to the government. We're pretty much saying that, yeah, whatever you do to us, good or bad, we're just going to accept it and we're going to adapt to it. I'm like, nah. Y'all should only be able to accepting the good and what's going to help y'all community. The fact that y'all are accepting this and y'all trying to supplicate to these immigrants, like how far are you going to bend the knee?
You know, that really just pissed me off anyways, just watching that whole town hall city meeting. You know, remember when the city councilwoman's mic was, well, she thought it was off, but she had actually a hot mic, and she said, well, we really just don't care for it. We don't give a damn about the citizens' problems. We don't give a fuck. And I was just like, bro, what? It just highlighted the issue in a way that let me know, what confirmed for me, like, yeah, this issue really only affects the people at the bottom. You think these politicians or people with money are having to deal with this shit? They're living a nice end of town. And we keep speaking on Springfield's issue because it's personal to us, right? We live about 40 minutes west from Springfield. For those of y'all that don't know, shout out Ohio. But it just really highlights the issue in a way. God damn it, man. All I was saying is, to Seth's point, there was a point in the video that we covered yesterday at the city council in Springfield where a city councilwoman had a hot mic on. She thought it was off, but she ended up exposing that she really doesn't give a fuck. That was like her exact words. I don't give a fuck.
We can show you the video too a little bit later, but you know, of course we gotta get through Vladstein and all that. But don't worry, we got the video.
Got y'all though. Appreciate everybody in the chat, man.
Can we allow it to happen If Kamala is reelected, your town and every town just like it all across Wisconsin and all across our country, the heartland, the coast, it doesn't matter, will be transformed into a third world hellhole. That's what's going to happen, 100%. Remember, there's a hat that's made that sells like crazy. Oh, there's a fly. Oh, I wonder where the fly came from. See, 2 years ago, I wouldn't have had a fly up here. You're changing rapidly, but we can't take it any longer. We can't take it any longer. It takes centuries to build up the unique character of the United States of America. Centuries and centuries, goes on forever. Good and bad, it all comes out, and we ended up with a great country. But in 3.5 years, they've really destroyed our country. They've really destroyed it. And we can fix it, but you know what? In 4 years, it's going to be too late. Just like we've seen in London and Paris and Minneapolis and Aurora and Colorado and Springfield, Ohio. But I'll not let it happen here in Wisconsin. I'm not going to let it happen. You're not going to let it happen either.
Man, I wish you had a choice not to let it happen.
And I will not let it happen to Prairie.
Here's the thing. Why is nothing ever left to the people? Like, ain't that crazy? Under Joe Biden, nothing has been left to the people. Like, vaccine mandates, like immigration. Like, dog, why didn't the people of Springfield get to vote on if they want 5,000 more immigrants? Actually, because I'm pretty sure they'd have been happy to take in some.
Foreign affairs,
maybe
how we
like
send this money over to Ukraine and Israel.
Yeah, maybe like 500 to 1,000, but 15, like, bro.
It's like we vote for the leadership, and then once they get in there, they're free to do whatever they want. They don't have to take our opinion after that. And that's kind of one thing I don't like just in general about our democracy, as they call it, is like, yeah, they campaign on these issues, but what happens if they do something we don't like while they're in there?
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. It's like, I think it's really like dictator-like. If you're just dropping off people in cities without these people knowing or without
no consent.
Voting.
No consent at all. No consent at all. You know who did sign off for it? The city's leadership. Yeah, follow the money every time. Every time, bro.
They signed off on it because they knew they were going to get higher rent prices.
Douchine.
There's some money and some funding behind this shit somewhere.
So I just want to say we're pleased to be joined by so many great people, but one of them, as I said before, is Congressman Derek Van Orden, who lives just a short distance away, where a heinous sex assault that I mentioned before took place. It was terrible. And Derek, I want to thank you very much for being here. You're doing a great job. But they had a hell of a time, right?
Yes, sir.
And this was from an illegal that came in through Kamala. And that won't be the last one. It'll only get worse. It's going to get so bad that it won't be sustainable. We have to get these people out. We got to get them out of here. Okay, got to get them out of here fast.
Kamala.
Now the fake news would say, "Oh, he's such a mean person." I'm not mean. I'm a good person. I want to take care of. We got to take care of people.
All right, Swag.
We've built this over 250 years.
Damn,
we got to take care of our country. Our country's being destroyed by these people.
Long, Swagamuffin.
And you don't even know why. Are they stupid? Are they evil? Do they want us to be destroyed? It's so obvious that it can't work. It can't work. I mean, go and take a look at Springfield. Go and take a look. And the governor.
And shout out Wendy Ford.
I got you. Research Fox News. The Angel Show reports new numbers on the border. It won't let me send link. It's shocking. Link in chat.
Ooh. Okay. Fox News, the NG Show reports new numbers on the border.
We'll pull that up for you as well. No problem.
Shout out Dennis Mahai. I think.
What currency is that? No idea, but appreciate you for it.
Oh God, man, we appreciate you. Shout out.
He's a Republican. He's a nice man.
Look into that one.
I helped him very much. Without me, he wouldn't have been elected. But he's taken an attitude like, "Oh, isn't it wonderful? Look, you got to do what you got to do. You got to get these people back where they came from. You have no choice. You're going to lose your culture. You're going to lose your country. You're going to have crime, the likes of which nobody has ever seen before." Now, I'm speaking from common sense. You see, the Republican Party has really become the party of common sense. We need common sense now.
Australia. Appreciate that.
I mean, we're not going to have men playing in women's sports. We want to have a border. We want to have a border. We want to have good education. We want to have low taxes. We want to have a strong military. I rebuilt our military. Then they give away a big chunk of it to Afghanistan in the single most embarrassing day in the history of our country. The same idiots are dealing with us now on nuclear weapons in Russia and the problems in the Middle East. This whole world is exploding. And you know, one of the toughest, smartest people
Middle East
said very nicely, Viktor Orban, he's the head of a place called Hungary. He said, if you bring Trump back, everything's going to be good. Otherwise, this whole world is going to end up in a big, fat world war. You're going to end up having a Also with us, Crawford County Sheriff Dale McCulloch. Dale, thank you. Wherever Dale is. Thank you, Dale. Thank you. Good job. Prairie du Chien Police Chief Kyle Teener. Kyle, thank you very much. Thank you, Kyle. Good job. And Wisconsin GOP Chair Brian Chimming. Thank you very much. Where's Brian? Oh, Brian, stand up, Brian. Are we going to win, Brian? Okay, good. Brian's doing a great job.
and shout out our man Bruce Wayne again, man.
Yes,
we appreciate
sir.
the support. Let me make sure I got this one because I ain't gonna lie.
Y'all think Kamala's earrings are Nova earphones?
Wait, so so the earpiece,
What the hell is Nova earphones?
the Nova earphones is what it's these, bro. I'll be real with you. It's like an earring or a company that made like an earring that kind of look just like Kamala's stuff.
Oh,
like the earring is
shit.
a little bit off, but look, all right. I kind of agree with you, but I have a different angle on it. Wow, look, every time Kamala does an interview, why can't you see like the other side of her ear?
You see one, but not the other.
Yeah, you never do. For some reason, it's like she always got one ear covered. And I noticed it ever since the CNN debate. Really, I noticed it since the debate with her and Trump. But the CNN debate, her and Trump, I'm just like, one ear is always covered. Why is that? You know, just my wild speculation.
Doing a great job. Thanks, Brian. Good job. What Kamala did not talk about in her lies last night, just lied. Everything was a lie.
Lies.
And I always say,
Not one truth, like not one.
why didn't she do it? You know, she's been here almost 4 years. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Reading off a teleprompter. Isn't it nice to have a president that doesn't need a teleprompter?
Yeah. I mean, shit, there ain't gonna be no teleprompter up there when the heightened tensions come and you got to sit down with a meeting with Putin.
Yeah.
Ain't no teleprompter, ain't no notes on the hand you can read that's gonna save you in that situation. So yeah, I ain't gonna lie. It's nice, but it's necessary as well. We need a leader who could go impromptu, have extemporaneous conversation with these world leaders and these other world powers when, you know, times are in such a heightened, tense time as they are right now.
Bro, imagine have to walk up to the leader of like Russia, Putin, or China, talking about, bro, hey, yo, you got my script?
Right.
I'm like, bro, what?
Just
You
hold
need
on a
script?
second. Before we do this interview, let me set this teleprompter up in the background. They're gonna be looking at her like, you
Like,
serious?
yes, Putin. While I talk to you, I need to sit this teleprompter behind you so I know what to say. I'm like, wait, what?
I wouldn't be surprised if those are fake earrings.
But I keep asking, I said it in the debate, I said, so why don't you do it? Why don't you just do it? We're going to do this. She's been there for almost 4 years. They didn't do anything except destroy our country. So why don't you do
Kathleen.
it? Then she says about a bill. It was such a bad bill, this bill that she talks about. You know, it's a fake bill. It was put in by the Democrats with a couple of Republicans that got duped and put before. Nobody wanted to
Can't
vote. She
confirm
said,
it,
I'm
but
the
I
one
wouldn't
that
be
talked about it.
surprised.
I wish I had that ability. That
He's speaking on it. Hold on, he's finally speaking on that. He said, I wish I had that ability.
was such a bad bill, this bill that she talks about. You know, it's a fake bill. It was put in by the Democrats with a couple of Republicans that got duped and put before. Nobody wanted to vote. She said, I'm the one that talked them out. I wish I had that ability, that I was the one that said, don't vote for it. But I do have a certain say.
Man, and shout out Les Phillips, man. And man can think on his feet. Snap, snap, man. On God, Les, because that's what kills me about Kamala. It's like you can obviously tell, bro. If you just like walked up to her randomly and just start asking these questions, I feel like she stumbled on a word. She honestly wouldn't know what to tell you. But if you ran up on Trump with the same type of aggressive interview style, then yeah, he'd probably give you straight answers, maybe a bit condescending, but you're gonna get some answers though. Like, oh man, ain't that crazy?
But I would have never voted for that bill. It was so bad. It would have allowed everybody to become a citizen. It would have allowed at least 2 million people to come into our country.
Yeah, I did. But yeah, so that bipartisan like border bill that everybody was saying that Trump got out the way, I made the same argument. I'm like, bro, I wouldn't even need to run for president if I had that type of pull up on the Senate. What would be the point? If I could just call down, I can get any bill rejected that the president sends through. Like, bro, I'm basically the shadow president. Yeah, we got the one you see in the light and the one in the shadow. The one that makes calls and stop bills. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, y'all done gave this man way too much power with that accusation at this point. Oh, he called his people down in car and he stopped the border bill. I'm like, bro, even he said it. I ain't gonna lie, I wish I could have done that. I mean, shit. But let's run down the logic trail. What would be the point of running if you had all that power anyway?
If this man can make a phone call from his island and move whatever chess piece he wanted to without actually having to get up from his beach chair, y'all don't think he'd do it?
Like, bro,
he making moves from his beach chair, sipping pina coladas, man. I ain't gonna lie, that's mad player.
Like, man, come on now.
And very
y'all
rough. It was a terrible bill, but they use that as an excuse.
Oh, Trump can call his homies. He can put in a call to his cronies. Like, bro, shut up.
Go back to the White House, wake up Sleepy Joe. It'll be 4 o'clock, so he's gone to bed. And say, Joe, get your ass down here.
Get your old
I'm going
ass
to
down
ask
here.
you to do me a favor because I'm losing in the election. Sign this piece of paper. What is the piece of paper? It says to the Border Patrol, close the border. 3 words. Like I did. And we want people to come in, but we want them to come in legally. Close the border. Joe, please sign it. Please sign it, Joe. I need help, Joe. I need help. They're killing me on the border. I'm losing on the border. You know, I won in 2016 on the border. It was one of the big things. I mean, I won on a lot of reasons, but I won on the border. I won because I stopped people from coming on and killing our country with trade, the various countries, mostly known as our friends. Our friends can be the worst on trade, okay? They kill us more than our enemies, frankly. They sort of come underneath, and all of a sudden you realize, gee, we got taken over. But I did great on that. But
they done stole our industries.
I won on the border, and I fixed the border, and then in 2020, I couldn't even talk about it. And yet I got millions of more votes in 2020, but I still couldn't talk about it. And my people were saying to me.
And shout out Dennis Mija, another $2 super chat, man. We appreciate the support. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Sir, they don't want to hear about the border because you fixed it. I said, well, I want to talk about it. They don't want to hear it. It's true. Nobody wanted to hear it.
$2 from Vladstein. Trump will protect all pets from being grilled. Hey man. If you don't want your cat or dog barbecued, man, go ahead and vote Trump in, man. If you don't care, if you want your cat on the grill, go ahead and vote Kamala. I'll make the rules.
Today's border is 20 times worse than it was in 2016. 2016 was like a great day for this border. 2016,
sauteing and grilling y'all cats, boy.
I built hundreds of miles of
eating
wall.
Y'all cats, and I ain't talking
had
about
another 200 miles, and that's much more than I promised to do. 200 miles ready to go. And when they took over, because of a rigged election, when they took over, they didn't want anything to do with putting those panels up. You couldn't put them up. They were laying right there, right next to it. I don't know if you heard this story. So, they had sections where they even said we have to build a wall. And the panels that we put up were exactly what Border Patrol and ICE wanted. Everything. They even have the anti-climb panel on top, which I hated to look at. But it made it much harder to climb. So I said, well, do I give up the look for the climb? It's called an anti-climb panel, and it's right. It's very hard to get over the top. These guys can do anything. And what happened is they didn't want to put up those. So they went out and bought a totally different panel. Instead of just putting up, which is nothing by comparison, not nearly as good, not as good in any way.
I know,
Rather
Swag.
than
It's just
using
funny.
the panel
It's
that
just
was
funny.
sitting 10 feet away,
Take a joke, Swag.
they put different panels up. Looks like hell, too. Now you have a
Right,
wall
come
that
on
doesn't.
now, come on.
They say, where the hell did that come
It's
from?
just like, damn.
But they admit,
it wasn't Springfield, but you can't tell me that wasn't a real video.
Yeah,
that was a
in
real
America.
cat. That was a real cat on a real grill.
On America.
Now, where was that and who did it? I don't know, but boy.
Actually, you know what's funny? In Memphis, there's a real video of Haitians putting a duck into a car. In Memphis, Tennessee.
And shit, you want to talk about that video we seen Ryan Dawson post his ex account the other day?
Oh,
I think it was in
God.
Haiti, but bro, y'all gotta go look that up. It was literally a Haitian in Haiti now. It wasn't in America, but bro, this man was biting the neck and drinking the blood of a cat.
I mean, like,
Bro.
it was so crazy.
Bro, and you could tell he done it before.
I mean, bro, you can tell he did it all his life.
Bruh, sick shit.
Man, hey, it was one of them
Bruh.
Oh, I always said for years, I said, everything gets obsolete fast. Like you have a computer and you think it's great,
Yeah,
and then
it's
2 weeks
funny.
laugh it's obsolete. You have a new cell phone.
Some of y'all don't know how to
I
laugh.
love it.
That's
I
the
love
problem.
it. A week and a half later, they come out with a better one. The only things that don't get obsolete are the wheel and the wall. A wall is never
Oh,
obsolete.
no, hell no, Vlad. I can't go. We can't accept that.
But what Kamala did not talk about in her remarks last night were the countless Americans who've been brutally assaulted and killed by illegal aliens, and she let them in. Killed, many killed. Just so many people. Already. You know, we think this is the beginning. It's not. This has been going on ever since they took over. Because from the day they took over, they said, we want an open border, and nobody believed them. It wasn't believable. And here today is Patty Morin, whose heartbreaking story is a tragic warning of what will come to every city in America with 4 more years of Kamala Harris. I can't even believe she's being considered. Look, she was considered 8 weeks ago the worst vice president in history, a very dumb person. The fake news was calling her dumb, stupid, didn't have a chance. She was at the bottom of a
Lowest approval rating almost in the entire history of our country
Like,
as
bro,
VP.
But let's be real. When they
Even
were
her
talking about who was going to replace Biden, Kamala Harris' name.
But they
did
were
not
skipping
come
over
up.
her name. Even delegates, even Democratic delegates were like, yeah, I don't know, Kamala. Nah, they was talking about Michelle.
Bro, they're talking about Michelle. Bro, they're talking about Gavin Newsom.
Hillary. You talking about retired candidates, retired politicians to come in and replace Kamala when she's supposed to be next man up or next woman up?
Yeah.
Nobody believed in Kamala.
Bro,
Nobody did.
And when they put her in on there, it made sense because she's the vice president. But we was all like, yeah,
Huh?
but you was
Where's she
kinda-
been at these last 4 years?
Yeah, I was like, bro, I thought she was just like a tag along. I thought she was just blackfacing it. I
A
thought it was just like,
mascot.
oh, okay, yeah, you're just here as a token black person. Then to find out that she ain't really black is the wilder part.
And shout out Les Phillips, $2 super chat. The ducks are now an endangered species.
Man, I mean, bro, between hunting season and Haitians, bro, how would they survive?
Shit, between hunting season and snacking season.
Man.
list of 12 candidates. They voted. She came in last. She fought Joe Biden, Crooked Joe. I call him 2 names. I call him Crooked Joe, Sleepy Joe. I'm not sure. I've never figured out which is better. He said they're both good. I agree. I actually tried them together, but it doesn't work together. You know? I sort of interchange. But think of it. This person, what they've done to our country and what's done to Patty, she lost the most beautiful person, her daughter.
Hey, yo, and shout out, man. We got 2 super chats that came in. Let's go.
Go ahead on Don DeMarco. Yes, sir, man. First things first, we got Bruce Wang. Appreciate you, Bruce. We need a president with some balls that isn't trying to please everyone but America first. Where the is Joe at, my nigga? He's making America seem weak and soft as Charmin.
I mean, bro.
You ain't lying. You ain't lying.
No, hold on. Did anybody see where Joe made that speech and he looked around like, who's next? Who's next?
The nigga was right behind him, said.
Bro, and who was it? It was the Prime Minister of India. I'm like, dog. The Prime
Oh,
Minister of
man. He just disrespected the fuck out that man. I ain't gonna lie. And shout out E30 Lev, another $5 super chat. And it's your first on the live, bro. We appreciate that honor here at St. Key Media. Special shout out to you, bro. Glad y'all watching these speeches all the way through without edits. So many Americans form their opinions from watching these stupid edits, clips, reels, shorts,
Man.
30-second excerpts. Yeah, bro, we go through all the way through these rallies, these interviews on both sides.
Yeah, on both sides. I need full context.
Vance, Trump, Walls, Kamala. Shit. It ain't no way you just about to have me over here running and repeating talking points, parroting shit that y'all heard me get from a 30-second YouTube clip.
It's like, come on now, bro. Like, you should be smart enough to just look at a video, see 15 seconds, and be like, you know what? It probably not as bad as they're making it seem. Just try to find some full interviews or full speeches. You'll be surprised
you've ever seen.
What you hear.
And I've gotten to know her, and none of this would have happened. Just like the war with Ukraine and Russia would have never happened if I was president. No chance, zero chance. Putin would have never done it. Just like the attack on Israel would have never happened on October 7th. Just like that horror show if you look at Afghanistan, would have never happened. Inflation would have never happened. We would right now be energy dominant instead of looking for energy. You know that our reserves, we have a reserve, and it's really meant for war. It's meant for very important things. Strategic reserves, right? Just reported today they're at the lowest point they've been, maybe ever, but they know in 40 years, because Biden used that to suppress the numbers, because without that, the oil prices for your car, it wasn't supposed to be for your gasoline, in all due respect, and it's peanuts compared to the amount we're talking about. But now we have the lowest strategic oil reserves in the history of our country, we think, or many, many decades. And it's a shame, but Patty's precious daughter, Rachel, was a 37-year-old mom of 5 precious children, a beautiful woman, who lived in Maryland, 1,500 miles from the border. That's a long way from the border. Earlier this year, while Rachel was out on a run, she was brutally raped and murdered by this disgusting illegal alien who was led into the United States by Kamala and her lax law. Every one of my killer. We had the great. He would have never been able to get in. She stopped every single one of them. She was the border czar. Now she doesn't admit that. Whether you call her a czar or not, she was no czar, because she really wasn't a czar. She didn't give a damn about the border. She never spoke to Border Patrol. You ever see the agents? All the top people, they never spoke to Biden or her, and yet it's like the most important thing. But Patty has suffered greatly. I've gotten to know Patty. She's a great woman, and she's lost an amazing person in her family. Her family is suffering tremendously. But I'd like to ask Patty to come up and just say a few words.
Yeah, and then, when Democrats joke about it, it is a bit disingenuous, and I can see where it gets somebody fired up. But then again, I always just say it is tough to, well, I'm going to say this. It was tough for Trump not to react to the whole crowd side reference when, like I said, somebody's died at this crowd.
He damn near lost his life at one.
Bro, he knows people who really rock with him. People go from rally to rally with him.
Yeah, honestly, that is true.
So
Great
it's like
point.
when you mock him, he kind of has this like home team spirit about it. It's kind of weird. It's like, oh, well, you mocked my people, and I'm upset now. Like,
it was personal. He took it personal.
He did take it personal, but it's like, damn.
I still say I don't like how he let it derail him and distract him, but I do understand, because it's like, damn, bitch, I took a shot to the ear.
You're like, bro, somebody died. That I gave
You're over here talking about my crowd size.
Mm-mm.
And you can barely fill the seats at yours.
Bro. And then, worst part about it is some people said the man deserved it.
Yeah, wild as hell. You got influencers who still have a platform to broadcast on that said, you know what, if you showed up to that Trump rally, you deserve what came to you. Like, get the hell out of here, bro. Ain't nobody ever said that about a Kamala supporter that's been injured or anything like that.
Bro, it's like they're trying to dehumanize Trump supporters, and it's wild. Like, anything to demonize us or anything to dehumanize us, all that good stuff.
Words about Rachel. Please, Patty. Thank you very much. Thank you, Patty. Let me take care of this.
Thank you. I'm not a politician, so I'm not here to give you a spiel. I do want to say vote for Trump, though, because I really believe that he's going to close our borders. Rachel was a very fun-loving, down-to-earth, compassionate woman. She worked really hard. She took good care of herself, took good care of her children, and she loved people. She had a stuttering problem.
Glad you
So she was bullied when she was a child. So she really has compassion for other people. She was like the American mom. She took care of her kids. She worked hard. And because of this open border, her life was taken away and her children have been robbed of their mother. And it's just, we can't have it. Another 4 years of Kamala Harris, this story is going to be multiplied by the thousands.
Thank you, Don.
And shout out Les Phillips, another $2 super chat. I almost hit you with the diabolical.
Well, my bad, G, my bad. They threw me off with that.
He said, "Don't forget, we're all deplorables." LOL. Facts. It's kind of like how Kamala said she was going to try and ban the word illegal aliens. Like, bro.
I mean, come on now. So you tell me we can't call a spade no more?
Nah, you can't call anything for what it is.
Oh,
no. You know the left changed the definition of words.
Oh, no. They changed it to asylum seekers.
Oh, god damn.
I mean,
sounds a little bit better, more PC, and low-key just takes the meaning off the word. So when you say asylum seeker, you're not thinking of an immigrant, somebody
it takes
who came
the legality
here.
out of it.
Low-key. Like, oh, they came here seeking asylum. Like, no, they jumped the wall and skipped across in our country.
Yeah, and they broke the law, and we're kind of renaming them to give them a pass on the law. But, okay, though. However you want to see it, though. No, we all see things differently.
Thank you. Just take care of yourself, okay? I'll see you later.
Well, how do you ban a word? That's the...
And Patty, we're so sorry
what's
for the
happening?
terrible suffering that you've had to endure. I've had lunch with Patty. We've spoken to the whole family. And I've spoken to many other families, same thing. And it's incredible. It's just incredible that a thing like that could happen. No reason for who has.
Well, you can't ban the word swagamuffin. That's a great point. But what they can do is distort reality enough to make it seem like if you use a word, you're a racist, you're a xenophobe, you're intolerant. Akin to, saying certain phrases and being labeled an anti-Semitic.
Yeah, that's actually a pretty good point. I think, sadly,
without going too deep into that.
But the best example would be that word.
Yeah.
Who has an open border where people they don't have the names of anybody? You know those 13,000 murderers that are, they don't have any idea where they are, who they are. They don't have the names. We just know they're all out of jails, all convicted of really bad murders. And now they're in our country. And that's a lot of people. In honor of Rachel's life and every other victim of migrant crime, we will win this election. We will secure our border. We will secure that border on day one. I always say, they say, what are the first things you're going to do, or the first two things? I always say, number one, we're closing our border. And number two, we drill, baby, drill. But I put drilling behind the border.
Little baby drill. Sound like me talking about drill. No? Too much?
A reporter asked me that question last night.
My bad.
What's the first thing? But I mean the first thing. I said, well, there's a couple of things. I said, I want to hear the first thing. I said, the first thing? Close the border. The second thing is drill, baby, drill. But I'll do them at the same time. We're going to bring down your costs to the level that you wouldn't believe, because that's what you have to do. We're going to have
from Nickelodeon and Nick at Night.
Your electric costs here are the highest in the nation. I think you probably know that. We will bring down your energy costs within the first 12 months of my administration by 50%, and it'll be easy. We have more liquid gold under our feet. We're going to bring down your electric and your air conditioning and your gasoline. We're going to bring down your energy costs by 50%.
Oh, this shit getting expensive, Set.
Within 12 months of...
Bro, bringing down energy costs will bring down a lot, especially logistical costs. When it comes to logistics, these companies spend a lot. So to bring down gas prices is going to also bring down prices like damn near all around the industries, almost in every industry.
Yeah, ultimately.
And we do use crude oil for more than just gas.
Right, products, raw material. Like, come on, y'all.
Instead of last thing, man, my man said, drill, baby, drill. And, well, no, I'm not going to repeat keys.
January 20th.
So y'all know the
hold me
vibes.
to it. I hope I make it. All right, I hope I make it. You can hold me to it. And that, in turn, is going to bring down everything else. You're going to bring down the cost of food. You're going to bring, because your food costs have gone. The biggest complaint I actually get is groceries. When you talk to the people, they say, I say, what's the biggest problem? Groceries. And it's true. You look at the cost of bacon, the cost of cereal, these things went up at numbers that nobody's ever seen before. because we have an incompetent administration. And I believe she's more incompetent than Joe. I really do. I believe that she's more incompetent than Joe. A president's first duty and sole allegiance is to his own citizens, the citizens of his country, and Kamala's allegiance is to illegal aliens and foreign migrants. That's what it is, and maybe that's a Marxist thing. I don't know. And where is her father? I'd love to speak to him. I'd love to speak to him because nobody's heard from him, but I would like to speak to him.
Me too.
My heart is loyal only to the American people. I just feel for the American people.
Oh, yeah.
And unless I'm elected, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. Hey, look, you have two people. So you had, let's say, 350 million people. You have no idea how many people you have in this country. You know, normally you say we have no idea how many people. They've lost control. But let's say you have 350 million people.
I love that one. That's actually one of my favorites.
Then you had some people running as Republicans.
And shout out Scotty83, man. Ain't had too much to say. Just wanted to show some support. $2 super chat. Appreciate it.
All right, then shoot. Let me see if I can go ahead and pull this one up then for you. Because let's see here. Because we do have a nice little video to explain Marxism and how it all works.
Stab to death.
Don't worry, we still got y'all suggested videos pulled up in our queue. We're going to play them right after we done here.
Oh, God.
Marxism. Some of us are well schooled on what has become known as cultural Marxism, and many of our fellow American citizens are not, and I can't blame them. Marxist theory is a giant mess of complicated mental illness, but I'm sure you need more information than that. So what if I simply told you that following World War II, a group of Marxist political theorists who seemed harmless after having fled persecution in Nazi Europe after betting on the wrong totalitarian horse, communism, brought their complete disgust for Western culture to Columbia University in New York City and gradually spread their cancer into the government, media, and academic institutions of the United States. Notably flaring up in the 1960s, as Dr. Theodore Dalrymple put it, these new theories appealed to utopian adolescents who, number one, wanted to deny that they were the most fortunate generation that had ever lived, and number two, dreamed of a life completely without restraints on their pleasure. Giving the baby boomers what they wanted and not what they needed, Frankfurt School adherent, former member of the brain trust of the OSS American War Machine, and godfather of the New Left, Herbert Marcuse, along with his contemporaries, engineered a slow-moving Marxist revolution from within American society, utilizing a mass psychoanalytic Hegelian dialectic psyop that is blossoming today amongst the lethargic minds of the millennial generation.
My friend said the Frankfurt School considered psychology one of the main branches of knowledge that had to be integrated with Marxian theory. By no means replacing Marxian theory, but taking it into Marxism.
A synthesizing technique known as repressive tolerance. Thankfully, in the interest of time, Marcuse simplified the definition of repressive tolerance, saying repressive tolerance is intolerance against movements from the right. And
I want y'all, some of y'all Kamala supporters, to read this over and over again and ask yourself, why are you this? Why are you this right here? Come on now. Come on.
God
Best and
damn
worst
it.
dinner foods for
Rumble.
your gut.
Sweet
They gonna get their money.
Try to find the purple sweet potato.
Nah, facts. You might have to bite the bullet on that one.
Fuck it, I'll bite the bullet. Because
toleration of movements from the left. Repressive tolerance is achieved by arming the thoughts of emotional, rationally vacant liberals with the potent weapon of critical theory, a hive mentality that produces a catharsis for the self-loathing types of our society when confronting the social, historical, and ideological forces gluing the structures of a society together. As a nation, we have reached a state of cultural subversion where full-blown treason has become the norm.
People love you and you win. And when your son looks at you and says, Mama, look,
like,
you
letting all these people over the border. Treason. Man. Lowering what you consider a violent crime in your own state. Treason. So
on, bullies
All
don't
for the
win.
left
And I
and no
said,
for-
baby,
no
they
for the
don't,
conservative
because we're
side.
gonna go in there, we're gonna impeach the mother.
Judicial Watch has been sounding
We're
that
gonna impeach the
alarm for some time now, exposing the fact that your tax dollars are supporting your own demise. George Soros's Open Society Foundation's efforts to subvert the populism and anti-globalism sweeping the United States with Marxist division and unyielding self-loathing should ring alarm bells from sea to shining sea. Judicial Watch stated Soros, with the help of American taxpayers.
Now we ain't gonna get too deep into Soros. That's gonna be
Topic for another video.
yeah, we're gonna dive into that a little later. I'm gonna be real with you. Soros is its own little rabbit hole you gotta go down and figure out who really controls your high school, well, your colleges.
Your media stations as well.
Yeah, shout out Soros.